All right, so a long time ago, I came across Marcus Rothkran's channel. And he gave his little story about how he walked out in the desert and had an epiphany and whatnot. And I didn't know how much of what he said I should believe, because he kind of seemed like a scam artist, because everybody wants to be young forever. Everyone wants to be like fast and full of vitality and just have a vibrant physical being. Like, that's a huge market. There's a huge desire out there for that, and he's marketing to that with all his supplements and whatnot, and his advice and his books. So I think, like, you can't tell if, like, he might be one of those people that was gifted with good genetics, looks better than most people in their 50s, and does make good choices, but kind of takes advantage of his physical gifts and exaggerates what the information he hands out can do for people to make lots and lots of money. But maybe it's like marketing and a little bit of truth at the same time. So maybe he helps people enough that they feel they get a return on their investment, and so maybe it's legit enough. Maybe it's working. I don't know. I just know that from my perspective, it was hard for me to believe everything he said. Anyway, the other day I saw Vegan Gains do a video on him interviewing this Dr. New Amun-Ra guy who claims to only eat about 1,000 to 1,500 calories a day. Basically, he fasts like 23 hours a day and has one good meal with like some supplemental powders and whatnot. And basically, according to what he said, his whole life he's like studied health and aging and all that. And hearing him talk, he definitely seemed to know his stuff. It definitely seemed like he had spent a year studying everything and learning. Like, it just felt like in this topic he had extensive information of a person who had spent years and years and years obsessively studying. So if we take everything he said at 100% face value, we said he's being 100% honest, and what he's saying actually is true, how many people would be willing to live the kind of life he lives? I think for him personally, it's an abundant life, because he was obsessed with something. He had a passion for something. He had a curiosity to learn something, and he spent his life pursuing that knowledge and kind of like fulfilling his curiosity, so to speak. Like, his whole life's been a learning experience and like just a exploration into a subject he's extremely interested in. Plus, he managed to get a life partner who he really connects with, so he's got that going. And then he loves doing his powerlifting. He's doing very well at it. He's only 181 pounds, and I saw him bench press 330 in a contest and squat 440, which are both good for a 180 pound guy. And then his deadlift is exceptional. Like, in that contest he did 300 kilos, which is like 661 pounds. And then in the clip that Vegan Gains showed, he was doing 692 pounds for the world record in his all natural weight class. And I don't know how many different sects and stuff there are out there, but this looked like a crazy nuts all natural thing, because the people at this contest weren't lifting nearly as much weight. So it must have been like really rigorously tested and stuff, because at a lot of contests you see a lot of people moving big weight, whereas the one he did, I could see myself competing and doing well in it, and I'm pretty weak by most powerlifting contest standards. So anyway, I think his life is fulfilling for him, but for most people, they have certain things they want to do and stuff, and it seems like they wouldn't be willing to exercise that much discipline and commitment to get what he's got. So I think we'd all love the fruits of his labor, but I don't think very many of us are willing to put forth the labor to bring back such a return. So I think you don't have to go to the extremes he does. You can just make many good choices and still maximize your health. Not to the level that he has, but you can still make a good life for yourself without having to be so extreme and stuff. But it's definitely an interesting video. It's thought-provoking. I don't know how much of it's true or stuff, but it gets the gears in your head going. So a little over half an hour, but if you can find that interview that Marcus Roofcrest did on Dr. New Amun Ra, I recommend watching it because it's interesting stuff.